Ultra Trail Cape Town, the 8th running of this incredible event. We're going to get going straight away. A quick introduction to the two guys that have put this event together and brought it to the space that it is. And then we're going to go into a quick question and answer with some of the elite women across the 100 miler, across the 100 kilometer, and across the 55. And then we'll do that for the men as well. And then we'll just keep going with registration and the evening's proceedings. So without further ado, my name is Max Kleur. I'm going to be your host here at the UTCT RMB. It is the 8th edition of the event. The only event we didn't do, obviously, was in 2020. Started in 2014. 1,909 athletes from 47 countries represented around the world. There's a whole lot of changes. There's a whole lot of exciting new rebranding, which you can see around me. And before I elaborate too much, let's invite up onto stage, please, the director of the RMB Ultra Trail Cape Town, Stu McConaughey. Stu, if you can come up, please, let's give him a round of applause. And then joining him up on stage, please, Nick Boorman, the founder of the RMB Ultra Trail Cape Town. Up you come, please, gentlemen. Sit wherever you want. We're going to keep it nice and loose and have a quick chat. Loose. So, Stu, it's been a vibe. Lots been going on. Lots of changes. Let's talk quickly about the new title sponsor, RMB. That's a big golden nugget for you guys as a brand. Your first real title sponsor here at RMB Ultra Trail Cape Town.
Yeah, it's obviously a big moment for us getting a title sponsor, but it's just a recognition of where the sport is, and you know, we feel like they were the perfect kind of partner to help enable us to grow the event and to help grow the sport locally in South Africa.
Stu, let's quickly go into the changes. We see the massive rebrand. It looks spectacular. It looks incredible. Very definitive colors around the 100 miler, the 100 kilometer, also the new 55K, the 35K, the 23K. Only 2 records will remain for this year, and then obviously the 100K, which is substantially changed, and then of course that 35. Tell us a bit about the new courses and what you guys have done to elevate going into this massive chunk of 100 miler that you're going to be presenting this year.
Well, yeah, thanks, Max. I mean, I think the large part of what we were always trying to do was stretch out the event so that we could, you know, actually have runners supporting runners rather than everybody running at the same time. So it was just a gradual kind of effort to slowly get to that point, and I think by unlocking the miler, by having 45 hours, it just allowed us to kind of push that stretch. So yeah, we're very excited by the fact that, you know, that tomorrow obviously the 23 and the 55, and we think there'll be a big occasion here for the start of the 100 miler, which is obviously the first time that loop will happen, and I think it's a celebration of all things that are great in Cape Town and Cape Town trail running. So yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Nick, for you, obviously coming in, spending a lot of your year in London as an architect, but I mean, the vision has come to life. You know, 2012, you had this idea, lots of planning, lots of getting it together. First edition coming in 2014 to what we see here today, which has got to be the most spectacular showcase of trail running in the Southern Hemisphere. You must be very proud.
Yeah, absolutely. In many ways, what we have here today is what we originally thought about. It didn't come easy. There was a lot of careful negotiation with the City of Cape Town and SANParks. And through establishing a really strong relationship with them, we've managed to actually host the event 9 years later that we originally wanted to have. So it's absolutely brilliant that this is the Ultra Trail Cape Town we did imagine in the beginning.
Stu, last year we went in and obviously came out with a broadcast which really surprised a lot of people. You know, it was a broadcast that had a lot of time and thought put into it. Coming off the back of that in 2021, going into 22, we've certainly upsized that coming into this year. We're going to have Kane Riley in the helicopter. We're going to have Tony McCann as a field reporter. Cody Reed as a field reporter out there. We've got a very specific team behind the scenes. I think this is going to be something which we need to tell people about and people need to watch. And it's something which we're very excited about, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the broadcast is effectively what we feel is the biggest leverage point for the race. It's what takes us to a new level, obviously. And yeah, we're obviously very excited about this year's opportunity. I mean, there's a great field in both races, or all 3 races, and for that fact. and we want the world to see it happening. So yeah, definitely.
Nick, we talk about the entries and how entries got sold out in those smaller events early on. A lot of people not able to get over for whatever reason, but 1,909 athletes, 47 countries, that's pretty good in just 7 years.
Yeah, it's been a substantial effort from the team to market this place. As Stuart mentioned, the broadcast really gives us a window into Cape Town for all the foreigners, and we've always seen the numbers grow year on year. Incredibly, the 100-kilometer has 40% of the field is from overseas, so we welcome all our foreign visitors. The 100-miler's only got 20%, but the exciting part there is that when that broadcast goes live next year, we can expect that 100-miler to also reach near capacity. So that's the goal, and we're quietly confident we're going to get there.
So I think it would be amiss not to talk about the prize purse. This is the biggest prize purse in trail running in the Southern Hemisphere for sure. $30,000, close on 600,000 Rand. That's a big step up for the event, and also just a token to the athletes of appreciation for them coming out at what is a late part of their calendar and competing here in Cape Town.
Yeah, look, I mean, it's the prize money was always kind of something that we wanted to do. It's in recognition of the fact that trail runners are professional athletes. They give a lot of time, and we felt like they deserved, you know, not only recognition, but a financial incentive for that. So yeah, very excited by it.
And then Nick, maybe just to finish off here, obviously a lot of people not here, but a lot of people tuning into the cameras and the live stream from around the world. We've got 3 chunk-sized broadcasts coming your way Friday and Saturday. We start off tomorrow morning at 6:30 with an 8.5-hour broadcast of the 55K. We then go into the start of the 100-miler tomorrow night, which starts at 5 o'clock. That's going to be going for 4.5 hours. And then come Sunday, we get up nice and early and we do a 15-hour broadcast, bringing home the 100-milers and the 100-kilometer races as well. So it's going to be very exciting. Don't forget, we've got prize giving live stream between 12 and 1 o'clock here on Sunday afternoon.
Mind so that you're located in the right spot.
All right, just a reminder as well, please follow all the social media channels. Head across to www.ultratrailcapetown.com. There we're going to have all the live broadcasts, the live streams, as well as all of the live tracking as well. Everything you need to know about this weekend can be found on the ultratrailcapetown.com website. Stu and Nick, thanks so much for joining us. We're going to go into the briefing or the question and answer with the athletes quickly. And before we do that, you can leave your mic over there for me. That'll be amazing. I'd like to welcome up on stage, please. She's going to be my wing woman for the weekend, Corinne Malcolm from the United States of America. Let's give her a big round of applause out of Seattle. Corinne, you're going to be with me on the mic this weekend with Emily Horgood. Excited to be here in South Africa for the first time. You've been here a couple of days. You've had a look at the course. What's the vibe? How are you feeling?
My mic's, there we go. This place is truly magical. I was hoping to run this race this year, but I'm dealing with a little bit of an injury and was super happy that I got to come talk about running instead. So it's kind of, you know, win-win in my book.
All right, everyone. So Corinne's going to get started with the ladies here this afternoon. She's going to introduce the ladies to you. We're going to get them up onto stage. Please just give a little bit of courtesy and a little bit of quiet as we do go into the live stream, which visuals will be going around the world. Corinne, over to you.
Okay, so I'm going to call the ladies who are all chit-chatting over here. I'm going to call you up one at a time, and then you can come sit with me, okay? We're going to start with the 100-mile. We'll go from the 100-mile to the 100K to the 55K. So from the U.S., representing Brooks, second at the 2019 edition of TDS, first at the Madeira Island Ultra Trail in 2022, we've got Hillary Allen. Come grab a seat. Yeah. Which way? Do I go? It doesn't matter. From the U.S. as well, representing La Sportiva, she was first at both the Lavaredo Ultra Trail 82K and the Madeira Ultra Trail 82K in 2022. We have Kelly Wolf. From Sweden, representing La Sportiva, third in the 2021 edition of UTMB, first at Lavaredo in 2022, we have Mimi Koka. From France, representing Solomon, coming in off of a win at Templier just last month, second place at the 2021 edition of UTMB, Camille Bruas. last but certainly not least, from the U.S., representing Kraft, third at Javelina in 2021 and third at Run Rabbit 100 Miler in 2019, we have Tessa Chesser. So you guys will kind of pass the mic a little bit for you guys. Good sunglasses. Okay, so I've got a couple questions for each of you, and then we're going to open it up to audience questions at the end of our women's panel, so be thinking about them. Don't be shy at the end of things. I think we're going to start things off with Hillary.
Hello.
Hillary, you fought through a hard day at UTMB back in August, and you're back on another start line for another 100-miler here in 2022. Maybe the only athlete I know who really wants to just keep practicing at the 100-mile distance, and I'm wondering what kind of coaxed you into making the jump all the way over to South Africa to do that?
Yeah, so I think I'm the only elite on this stage who hasn't been to Cape Town or South Africa. And so I think one of the best ways to explore a new country and new trails, it's to run on them. And so, I mean, 100 miles, it's a big challenge, especially on these trails from the little bit that I've seen since I've been here. But I think that exploration and curiosity is what drew me here. And that's also what drew me to the 100-mile distance again, because it's really a distance where you find out what you're made of. And even though UTMB was a very tough day for me, I found that I could push through a lot, and I'm excited to see what I could do out here tomorrow night.
Yeah, speaking of kind of being excited, seeing a little bit of the course, seeing some critters out there thus far, being a critter connoisseur, we could say, I'm wondering what you're most excited about as you head out on the 100-mile course starting tomorrow evening.
I'm really excited just to see the trails. I think I'd be really excited if I don't see a baboon on the course. Or maybe equally excited. I think I'm just more scared if I see them that I'm going to throw all my gels at them so they don't bother me and then run out of food. But that's actually the part I love about trail running the most, is seeing all of the landscapes, the different ecosystems, the animals. I'm a scientist at heart, and I think it's such a cool way to experience the world. So yeah, that's what I'm most excited about.
Awesome. So Kelly, you've had a great early season. You were fourth here in 2018, and I'm wondering what lessons you're bringing from that event and maybe any experiences you've had between then and now to the addition of the UTCT 100K this year.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so I was here in 2018 for the 100K, and I'm really grateful to have had that experience. So coming here this year, I know what to expect, especially because the trails here, just the style of running here in general, it's so unique. I mean, we think that we have technical trails in Colorado, but it feels next level in technicality here, but all the more fun. And so I am grateful to have the course beta in my head. And yeah, of course, I want to improve upon my performance. I think I'm coming to this race a little fresher, more fresh this year than I was that year when I was here before. And I did have 2 good lead-up races, two in the 80K races this year to kind of get me prepped again for the longer ultra distance. So, yep, of course, use those experiences for this weekend.
Yeah, so we heard from Max and Stu before we got on stage here that there have been some pretty significant changes to the 100K course, including like a really great technical descent off of Table Mountain. And I know that that might be something that you're super excited about. And I'm wondering if you've been able to see any of those new aspects of the course, or just kind of how you're thinking about, those changes and how they might play out this year.
Yeah, so I actually got to get on that descent that you're talking about today. Tony and I
up to this, so it just feels great. I was in very good shape this summer, and it feels great to be here now. A bit of a ending to the year. I've been in Cape Town before, so I knew I wanted to come again.
I think that's a theme. It's either you've been coaxed here for the first time, or you're really excited to be back. And akin to, I think actually a lot of people were here in 2018. Camille was here in 2018 as well, but you were third back in 2018 in the 100K distance. And I'm wondering, obviously, I think you're probably looking to improve on that maybe a little bit this weekend, but kind of wondering, you know, what is there an advantage to have been, to have been on the course before? What are you looking forward to as opposed to maybe back in 2018?
Well, it's always an advantage to have seen a course, I think. I'm looking forward to the new sections for real. Now, the old course was super fun, but it's like Stu and the crew has like taken away the Stu and the crew that's going to stick. It's like, I wouldn't say boring parts, but the least traily parts of the course, and put in some of the most beautiful stretches. I've ran the new part as well from Hout Bay to Constantia, and that's really remote, and it's so beautiful. It's so nice.
Yeah, I'm excited. We're gonna have some really cool imagery. We've got a helicopter.
Yeah.
We're excited. Okay.
You're going big.
Yeah, well,
helicopter and
we've
stuff.
gone big. Stu and crew have gone big. Cami, moving to you. Just a month ago, you ran and won the Grand Trail Templier, and I'm wondering, you know, we're a month out from that, and just get a sense of how the body's feeling and how it's to be back on a start line again so quickly.
Yeah, if my plan was if I'm good at Templier, it was my goal, and if I feel good at the end, I will try to rest a lot, and we'll see if it Cape Run it could be. So I will see on Saturday if my shape is good. But yeah, the body is okay, so I think I will enjoy. I will discover a lot of part of the race, so I want to go.
Yeah, it's exciting. Speaking of kind of back in 2018, you won the 65K, I think, back in the 2018 edition of this race, and you know, you're here now for the 100K, kind of a new distance, new trails to explore, and I'm wondering what excites you most about jumping up to that distance here.
Yeah, it's a distance. I love the 100K because it's shorter than 100 miles. For me, 100 miles, it's too hard for my body. So one a year, it's okay. My body says stop. So yeah, 100K, I think it's hard to manage, but it's more easier than 100 miles. So I really like this distance. It's not too short, not too long, and I will see, yeah.
We'll see how it goes out there, how fresh everything feels. Tessa, I know that I'm excited to see you back on a start line this weekend. I know that I'm in Team Injury Hub right now. I know that you've had a kind of a long return from kind of a nagging injury, and I'm wondering what it means to be back here in South Africa and really surrounded by the magic that exists here.
Yeah, I was here in 2019 crewing, and you fall in love with South Africa. You fall in love with the people, the food, the excitement that everything it has to offer. And as you mentioned, right before Western States this year, I broke my foot, and you can imagine putting all that effort and having all that build up, and then boom, literally boom. You fall, and I guess shit happens, but I'm super duper excited to be here, to be able to honestly rip off a really big Band-Aid, because that's probably what it's going to feel like. But more importantly, I think just to be able to smile. We're humans first at the end of the day, so it's a really cool opportunity to see it.
Yeah, and I kind of think of speaking about ripping off that Band-Aid. I know the 55K is probably a little bit short for you. You've really done exceedingly well at the 100-mile distance, and so I'm wondering, does that excite you to get to rip off the Band-Aid in a 55K? Is that kind of like you're hoping your body's going to give you whatever it has? Just kind of speak to that a little bit for us.
Yeah, I would say I prefer, or if you will, specialize in the longer distances. I think the power of the brain and tenacity is what makes those distances so fun. This is a shorter distance for me, but I didn't have as much of an opportunity to build up. I had a certain amount of weeks, and since I had the type of injury that I had, I couldn't just go full gas. I had to ease into training, and so It will feel short, if you will, but we're still going to be out there for over 6.5 hours. So, I
Not
mean,
that short.
55K with 8,800 feet of gain is still a very difficult event. And with these types of trails, it's going to feel most likely hard, but more importantly, it's just going to be exciting to toe the line.
Yeah, we're kind of team bike trainer up here, I think, a little bit.
Yeah.
A lot of us spend a lot of time on that. So we're going to do just a quick, I would love to hear from each of you, because I know a bunch of you are racing this weekend to be at the 23K or the 160K. I'd love to hear from each of you, just quickly, like a word of advice you have to anyone who might be listening to this either here or on the live stream, as to like advice for maybe it's their first ultra or their first trail race this weekend. What would you like to say to them specifically? Starting with Hillary.
Oh, sweet. I get the easy one because I'm first. I'm going to answer about the 100-milers, and it's also advice to myself is do not start fast. The first 20K of this course are not representative of what's ahead. And I think it's, even if it's your first 100-miler or 100K or 55K for that matter, start slow, ease into it. The ultras are a long game, and have a lot of snacks.
Snacks are good. Kelly, what about you? Advice for the first-time trail runner, first-time ultra runner.
Yeah.
What do you got?
My advice, and it's also for me as well, even though it's not my first time, but I just keep thinking about for this race, the technicality, it's really so specific, and sometimes the trail does look kind of scary out there. Like it's blocky, looks a little treacherous at times, and I just keep thinking, tie your shoes tight and pick up your feet, and maybe stay slightly on the cautious side on the downhills, because yeah, no one wants to be taken out of a race for, a little fall. That yeah, we want to stay on our feet. So yeah,
keep it rubber side down, I think is
yeah.
Perfect. Okay, Mimi, what about you? What's your advice for the audience?
Yeah. So following the theme, the advice I will give to myself and everyone else, which is kind of scary, because if we all have done this so much and we still need to give ourselves the same advice over and over again as the first timers, hydrate. I think there will be plenty, I mean, this is a stellar organization, there will be plenty of opportunities to drink, and just take your time. Because if it's hot, it's hot. So that's something I have a plan for, really trying to stay on top of. And you should too.
As Hillary drinks. Kemi, advice from you?
Yeah, my advice, just enjoy the views. It's so nice here, and you have the sea and the mountain in the same place. So yeah, look at the views and enjoy. You look at your feet, but not a lot.
Tessa, what do you have for everyone?
I think whatever distance you do, there could be the opportunity for potentially getting into a low spot. And just like all of us, as I said, we're humans at the end of the day. And those low spots are always hard in the moment. But as you work through the trail, look at the views, eat the snacks, drink the juice, all the things, all of that stuff, that low spot just eventually fades away, right? And then you're back in that euphoria, you're back in that excitement phase. And so in that moment, it may feel incredibly tough, but just know it's just that moment. And hopefully you can eventually just walk through it, jog through it, run through it, and as I said, get back to that state of euphoria.
Yeah, I think that's really important. Low times will come, but you can get through them. I think before Max kicks us off the stage, we probably have time for a few questions from the audience, if anyone has questions. They're here. What's dying inside that you need to ask? This is your opportunity. You have one opportunity to do this. Yeah.
Yeah. So the question is a true statement that I was struggling in the heat last time, hence my advice to take care and stay on top of hydration. I don't hope for anything special. It's just like we spoke about a bit here earlier with some of the runners that you learn every race, and if it's hot weather, you need to have more of a put more thought into hydration and stuff. Yeah, so I think that's it. But I was, I was suffering back in 2018, quite badly. If you saw it, it wasn't pretty. Yeah.
Anyone else? A captive audience here, right? Your one chance to shine. You can stump them. Okay, we're gonna let you gals go. Thanks so much. Good luck this weekend. Good luck tomorrow. Good luck Saturday.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give the ladies one more round of applause. Thanks so much for your time this evening, ladies. Good luck for the weekend. We're just going to get a photograph of you all together on the stage if we can. There we go. Anyone wanting to take photos can do so. That is your lineup of your 100-miler, 100-kilometer and 55K. All will be on the live broadcast here at the RMB UTCT 2022. Thanks very much for your time, ladies. Amazing. We're most grateful. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much. We're going to get started now with the Elite Men's Q&A here at your 2022 RMB Ultra Trail Cape Town. We're going to invite 5 of the athletes up onto stage. Please give them a round of applause as we bring them up. First off, in the 100-miler, he's back for the second time from Sweden, Elof Olsson. He was second in 2018, taking on the big one this time around. 7th also at the 100-kilometer Road World Championships this year, so he runs both on and off-road. Next up from the United States of America for the first time, Drew Holman. Great to have you, mate. 5th at Western States in 2022, 3rd at Western States in 2021. Thanks so much for joining us. Coming at you from Germany, Hannes Namberger. 6th at UTMB 2021, 1st at Medina Ultra Trail, 1st at Laborado Ultra Trail in 21 and 22. Welcome doing the 100. Then, of course, the golden boy from South Africa, Daniel Klaasen, coming at you. The first South African here last year in the 100K, 7th in 2019, 2nd at the UTD 62 this year, and also the first South African at UTMB CCC 100K. Really cool to have him. And then getting in and taking on the 55 this year. Great to have him. Give him a massive round of applause. Anton Krabicka of the USA. Great to have you, mate. Thanks so much for joining us. 3rd at the Leadville Trail 100 in 2021, just 1 month ago. 1st at the Clawhammer Mountain over the 50-kilometer distance. So he's going to be very dangerous come the racing tomorrow. Gentlemen, welcome. Thanks so much for joining us. And we're really excited to have you here. Elof, I think let's get started with you. Your second time to South Africa, a good experience for you in 2018, the 2nd place. You've moved up the distance, and are you ready and excited for the 100-miler, the first 100-miler here at Ultra Trail Cape Town? How are you feeling? I know you've been here for a week already. You've had a look at the trails. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm excited. A bit nervous, but I've been doing 100 milers before, so I think I'm good.
Obviously, a lot changing since 2018. We know how much you loved your trip here back then. You love South Africa. Is it good to be back? Is it good to get involved? You were here for Tuesday Trails, I expect, on Tuesday. Good to be back in the trail running community here in Cape Town?
Yeah, I really love it here. So I'm really excited to be back. I had a great experience in 2018, so I'm quite excited. I did a run on the new part on the Table Mountains, and it's so technical, but it's just in the beginning, so it's okay.
All right, let's get across quickly to Drew. Drew, welcome. If you can just pass your mic through to him. Welcome to South Africa. I know you're here with your family. Is this the first time you've been to South Africa?
It is, yeah.
And what's your experience been so far? You came in last week. I suppose you've been part of the festivities in the lead up. How are you feeling body-wise? You feeling strong for the 100K?
Yeah, it's been just an incredible experience so far. From Stu to Mars to Flo and the whole team. They've really made us all feel welcome. And so thank you for everyone that's putting this event on. And you all have beautiful trails, so I'm excited to go give it a rip.
Why Ultra Trail Cape Town? What was your decision to come here? Obviously quite late in the season. It is going into Christmas, but what have you heard about it? What was your draw card in coming through?
Yeah, I've heard nothing but incredible things about the race, about the community, about Tuesday Trails. So I wanted to experience that. And then from a timing standpoint, running Western States in June, this gave me the time to really recover and get excited about training and racing again.
Hannes, let's go across to you quickly. You've had a good season, first at Labrador Trail this year, obviously coming out to South Africa, also your first time here. You've been here a while, you've had a look at the trails. We spoke early about the technicality of the trails. Some of these downhills are pretty tough. What is your thought process on what you've seen of the trail network here so far in the past week?
I've seen the most of the course until the Landur, yeah, and I was really surprised about how difficult the trail is here. It's not very runnable, not like in the Alps, and yeah, I like this new challenge, and it will be fun if we run the limit, the first group, and I think it will be fun.
It's going to be an interesting race. We're expecting a little bit of wind on Friday evening, and then obviously going into the weekend. What is your expectation of the race? Looking at the profile, looking at the terrain, where do you think on this race, if you're in that front group, where do you think people are going to look to make their break on that 100 kilometer?
I try always to start very slow. Don't make too much work in the front group. And then if we are at kilometer 50, then you can push a little bit more. Save energy at the beginning. Have a good nutrition plan. Keep your body temperature low. And then at the end, go so fast as you can.
Let's talk a bit about the race start. Obviously, a 5 o'clock start at night in the afternoon. Sorry, it's a 6 o'clock in the morning, my apologies. So it's 2 hours later than what the guys are used to here. You're going to be running, you know, time-wise, you're going to be hitting your checkpoints on time. You're going to be wanting to get to certain places at certain times. Going into the first section, how do you stop yourself? How do you stop the adrenaline from pushing you too fast, too soon?
My heart rate says to me how fast I can go. I have always my limit, my maximum heart rate. And if I go over this limit, yeah, it's not good. Yeah. So watch a little bit at your heart rate. Keep calm. The race is very long. Yeah, everybody's strong at the beginning, so
run your
be
own
relaxed
race.
and yeah.
Perfect.
Have
Daniel,
a good time.
let's have a chat quickly. Great to have you back. Obviously, an incredible result for you here last year. Married, I think, the week after the race last year. How's that going, by the way?
Yeah, I don't know how much to help my running, but I'm definitely a more balanced human being. Learn to say yes, dear. Learn to apologize, all those things. So yeah, it's been a very good year for me.
Daniel, let's talk about UTCT. Obviously, a special race for you. It's a race where you've cut your teeth over this distance. It's a distance you're familiar with, 2 inside the top 10. You've had a decent season this far. You're coming into the race reasonably in good shape, just judging by what I've seen and having a chat to you. Obviously, a lot of new faces and a lot of new athletes here. Quite exciting to be up against them on your home turf.
Yeah, I think it's a privilege to sit on the stage with these sort of athletes. I think, like they say, Cape Town's a special place, and it's really special to call it home. Been fortunate to train on the trails here, so home ground advantage really helps. So for the last two years that I've raced here, it's gone well. I hope on Saturday it can be the same. I've got the plans more or less waxed, so now we just hope for no curveballs. I think at the end of the day, 100 k's is a long way. You're going to suffer. It's just to get through it and get to the finish line.
Let's talk about, sorry about that. Let's talk about the big changes in the route. Obviously, there are some significant changes. That record is going to be, I would guess, unless you're superhuman, out of reach. How much longer do you think the elite athletes are going to run on the course this year?
I've tried to work it out on the Excel, but it's hard to say. I think when you run it in short sections, it's maybe 10 minutes, but in a 100-kilometer race, I would reckon it's probably about 20 to 30 minutes slower. I think it will get exponentially harder towards the end, but it makes the course more exciting. So that's what we love. I think it will count in my advantage because I know the trails. I think coming from smooth, runnable trails, it might be challenging, but everyone is good athletes. Everyone will adjust and they'll find their way through the trail with ease.
And then lastly, just how important is the home crowd support? I mean, we know just how electric the atmosphere is. You know what that's like. Elof, you've experienced that on the mountain with the fans getting up on the mountain early. How important is that for you in the later stages of the race, knowing that you're coming home to a SAFA crowd?
Yeah, it's honestly massive. I think I always say to people when we as South Africans race somewhere else, it's quite lonely. You don't know a lot of people, but racing at home and getting high fives and fist bumps and people cheering you on is something really spectacular, and you can't put it into words. So I just want to thank the crowd in advance for the support. I think the guys and us will appreciate it. So yeah, thank you for getting out there and supporting us along the way.
Awesome. All right, Anton, first time in South Africa? Been here before?
I've been here before, yeah. I was here 10 years ago. I was meant to do the auto run. But so I've spent some time in Cape Town and super excited to be back, yeah.
Quite a cool playground. I know you do a bit of rock climbing, a bit of gravel riding, very strong communities here in that space as well. You're going to spend a bit of time afterwards, after the race. Are you shooting back to the US?
Just a couple of days after the race. But yeah, hoping to get into a little bit of more technical ground on top of Table Mountain. And then a couple days in Europe before heading back to the States. So, yeah.
And your experience so far, obviously, reason for coming here, where did you hear about it? Obviously, a lot of US support of the race internationally. What was your reason to come over?
Yeah, I mean, the way I heard about it is I think it has an international reputation now. I mean, everybody knows it to be, I would say, the premier late season race now. Late season for the Northern Hemisphere, I guess. So I kind of jumped at the opportunity to come back to Cape Town, and since I've been here the last couple of days, you just look out behind us here. That's why you're here. It's a gorgeous place with tall, rugged mountains and beautiful ocean, so it's hard to not be excited about being here.
Registered for the 100K, going in hot for the 55 tomorrow. A reason behind that? Is it a case of coming off the back of a really good result over 50 kilometers less than a month ago? Have you not been able to put in the work possibly that you want to? How are you feeling about that 55? Because it's a brutal 55, let's be honest. I mean, the elevation's crazy, right?
Don't tell me that. No, I intended to run the 100K, but the past month I just haven't been able to get in the training that I've wanted. Have a couple hamstring issues, took a crash on the bike that set me back a few days, and just wasn't able to get in the final long runs that I needed to be competitive, I think. But yeah, I'll have a good time in the 55 tomorrow. It seems like it's kind of the back half of the 100K course, so it should be plenty tough. But I'm looking forward to, it's just really getting to see the area finally.
Fantastic. All right, let's go back to a couple more questions. Elof, obviously really good to see, we talk about successful races. We talk about races growing organically. Obviously, a race like Ultra Trail Cape Town now with a significant title sponsor, what that means for you as athletes is obviously elevated profile, elevated media presence, but also elevated prize money. And we look at the prize money, it's significant, and it's really good and important for you as an athlete, as a professional athlete.
Personally, I'm not going for money like that. It's not my highest goals to win the money. I'm more like having a good experience and like feel like I get a good performance out of me, and the money is just a bonus. So it's nice to see that more money is coming into the sport, and it helps a lot to get a little more extra, so you can do more and more professional for the sport. Like, yeah.
All right, fantastic. Drew, from your side, obviously, you know, getting to come to South Africa for the first time, experiencing Cape Town in all its glory. I mean, you're not going to get better weather conditions than this. Your family enjoying themselves here? You guys having a good time?
Yeah, we're having a great time. Incredible food, incredible trails. Hard to complain.
What are your tick boxes? If I had to say to you, what are your 3 tick boxes to a successful campaign for you come race day? What would those 3 things be?
Great question. I think, you know, taking that first half, just finding flow, getting comfortable with the trails. That's probably first box. Second box is just staying consistent with the food and the fuel, making sure that I don't get behind on the calories. And then on the third would be just really channeling the energy of this community and everything around this race, and yeah, putting that all together, I think would lead to a great day.
Perfect. Hannes, from your side, obviously coming out of a bit colder weather in Germany, getting here, seeing the sunshine, getting involved, seeing the community. Is the RMB Ultra Trail Cape Town everything that it's been talked up to be so far? Have you enjoyed your time here, and has the community embraced everything that for you ticks boxes with trail running?
Yeah, Tom, it's really cold. It's only foggy. It's a mix between rain and snow, so the terrible weather what you can have. So I'm very happy to be here. If it's possible, I would stay here longer, maybe until January, but I have to go home after this. Yeah, I enjoy every day what I can spend here in Cape Town, and after the race I will do some things what normal people do. They don't do sport.
All right, perfect. I think, Anton, from your side, going into tomorrow, I mean, you're going to be the first one starting out of the athletes. It's a nice start getting at it from Llandudno along the beach and straight up. Good luck out there tomorrow. We're super excited to have you, and we hope that you really enjoy your time. I think maybe just a message from your side. You know, you've been in the game a long time. There are going to be a lot of Americans watching the broadcast. We've got three broadcasts coming your way. Maybe just a shout out to the fans back home and get them to tune in and watch the racing.
Yeah, I mean, as always, like I always appreciate the support that people are interested in following along, and it seems like I've heard that UTCT has one of the best live broadcasts of really any race out there, so people should definitely get online and watch, and you know, hopefully get inspired to maybe get down here themselves and have a crack at it.
Fantastic. And then lastly, Daniel, for you, quickly, maybe a message to the local fans here, maybe even gooi a bit of Afrikaans there. What's the thought process? What do people need to do to see you across the finish line in first place this weekend?
Yeah, I'll switch to Afrikaans now. I was fine at first. I speak a lot of English lately. Maar ja, julle dankie vir die support, en ek dink as jy my by die eindstreep kry, geef my 'n bier so gou as moontlik. Ek dink op die roete gee my 'n high five. As jy nie omgee nie, soos gooi die ouens bietjie met sand of hou hulle dit bietjie terug of whatever. Maar ja, dankie net vir wat julle hier bymekaar sit. Dis regtig amazing om deel te wees van hierdie.
All right, so yeah, basically, guys, what he said there was, please look after my fellow athletes on the route, give them a hand up the hills, and make sure they get lots of cold beer on the finish line. So you're going to be in good hands. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Any questions from the floor? Have we got any questions from any of the media or any of the teams on the floor from your side? Here we go. Questions. Stephen, we're going to hand you a microphone quickly. Thanks, Tom. All right, Stephen Granger, quickly. Thank you.
Just interested, what have you done differently in terms of preparing for this race, given its unique characteristics? How has your training been different for this race than any other race?
Question to who?
To anyone who wants to pick that up, except Daniel, because it's typical for him.
All right, let's go across to Hannes. Hannes, question for you, please.
I never done a race without poles, and here it's my first time that I do an ultra without poles. So normally I always use poles, and that's not possible here. That's for me the biggest difference.
I would just say that the day that I flew to Cape Town, it snowed 5 inches, so 10 plus centimeters. So there was a bit of sauna training to try to get the heat acclimatization. Yeah, so that's one difference.
From your side, Il?
I've done a lot of road lately, so just getting so much trailing as possible.
Very important, yeah. All right, other questions from the audience? Here we go. If we can just hand the mic across. Thanks, Flo. Yep. Coming at you. There we go.
Just a question for Daniel. I come more from like a road background in Cape Town, and obviously you're very quick. So how would you go about doing your speed training within Cape Town? Because these trails are really technical. So it feels like coming from a road background, you're going at like snail's pace. But it's so technical, so you can't really go that fast. So how do you approach that?
I've done majority of my training this year on the Jeep tracks around the mountain because that's just also the running sort of style I prefer. But I feel if you're naturally a fast runner, if you put you on slow terrain, you'll hopefully still be able to naturally run fast. So I also enjoy the faster running. So for me, it's like, just make sure you're able to run fast and get strong, and then hopefully the two combination of being strong and fast will help on the technical trails as well.
All right, any other questions? Going to close it off. All right, there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Please give them all a big, big round of applause. Gentlemen, good luck for your racing this weekend. We hope you have a fantastic experience here with us at the RMB Ultra Trail Cape Town. Let's just get a photograph quickly for everybody.
I'd like to be the first guy to get an interview up on the sound stage. Are you guys coming? I'm Nick Bourneman, and I'm the founder of the RMB Ultra Trail Cape Town. I was living in Hong Kong, and there was so many ultra distance races over there, and I was running at the time. I can't anymore, but came to Cape Town thinking I could do 100K, and I saw there were no such events, and I thought it was a real opportunity considering the city, the landscape. Yeah, it's the perfect canvas. Went from idea to reality in a couple of years, and here we are today. I think it's our 8th edition now, so events come a long way.
I'm Stuart McConaughey, and I'm the race director for Ultra Trail Cape Town. Joined pretty much a couple of months after he had got the event permit through. That was in early 2014. And in the end of October 2014 was our first year. And that was quite a big moment for us, I guess, yeah, looking back.
We only had 15 hours for the 100 kilometer, which is almost the impossible task. Only 10% of the field could finish that.
It's been pretty incredible to be a part of and to grow with it. It's now, you can see what it's grown into. It's going to be huge this year. And for me, it's been a journey of getting to know Stuart and Nick and just bring something really special to the trail community.
It's gone from a single day event where we had, I think, 260 people with 36 in the 100K to a 2,000 person event across 3 days of running and 5 events.
and we've got just under 300 in the 100k, 155 in our first miler, and the other 3 races are sold out, so we are very happy.
We've had, especially with Stuart and through Tuesday Trails, our sort of community involvement has always been strong in the event, and it just continues to grow every year.
The community rallies around this event. To give you an example, we have close to 700 volunteers that are going to be working at aid stations. They're going to be doing registration. They're going to be out and about, and they get a t-shirt for that. They just want to be part of it, and the hierce and the willingness to just get in and make stuff happen is quite incredible to see.
This year I'm really looking forward to just having the whole weekend of racing and having the races separated out, so there's a bit more focus on each of the different races. And I feel like it creates more of a vibe or an atmosphere for each of the races and a uniqueness to it. And I feel like that's something special that hasn't really been done in South Africa yet, so within trail running, and it's great to see that happen.
Super excited to see the bolt-on of the 100 miler being the umbrella for the event now, and to see how that event will grow, especially in terms of numbers and elite performance after the first showcasing of this year.
Looking forward to seeing everybody's reaction to the new look and feel. Really has helped us raise the event, and having the name Rand Merchant Bank attached to us has elevated our profile, and you know, it's not just amongst the trail community that the event is looked at now.
Special thanks to RMB for joining us this year. They've really, without their support and all of our other sponsors, this would be difficult considering the event has grown substantially. There's more investment that's had to go in, so they've really come on at a perfect time. And of course, to the runners, you know, may you have the race you want, a fantastic adventure out there, and Cape Town will come out and be supporting you throughout this weekend.
Yeah, I'm the route manager, Ultra Trail Cape Town. Got involved right in the beginning, 2014, as a front runner. Arrived at Cecilia, ran across. Only guy that arrived at the day and met Stuart up on close to the blockhouse. And from there, ever since, been involved with marking the routes. So this year, we've got 9 teams going all over, and we're all volunteers. So it's great, guys, just giving back to the community of trail running here in Cape Town, South Africa. Yeah, originally I just wanted to get into the trail community, get to know the guys. They're such great people running trails. And I met Stuart and Sue and Nick, all the organizers. And since then we've just become a big family behind Ultra Trail Cape Town. So we're just doing it every year. Going bigger and bigger.
I need a flag.
Yesterday we were out for about 12 hours. You get shorter sections, then you're lucky you can come out about, we start at 6 o'clock in the morning, you can come up 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But it's quite a long day out. So we must just load up, take enough stuff, take water, and we go all out. All day, 3 days, 100 miles.
Today we're doing a platter clip to Llandudno. At the moment we're going up Cliff Corner, the famous part of the route. First big uphill for most people. They're going to have a good time here. There's going to be lots of kids at the top there, people cheering and everything. Really cool. Yeah.
My name's Tanya. I'm a back of the pack trail runner. Used to run road, but always was a hiker. So yeah, it's just really fun being part of the crew, you know, kind of giving back to the trail community. I think that's what's so special about being a runner in Cape Town, especially trail runner. You feel like you're part of this family, you know. So being part of the crew like this is almost as exciting as racing. So I'm not racing this year, I raced last year. This is a lot more fun. It's a lot slower, still sweating, but it's a lot easier. Yeah, looking forward to a long day out in the mountain today with these little goodies.
Well, we stick to the basics. Good old peanut butter and honey. On, I think it's low GI bread even. So it's a long day out, so you must pace yourself out there. Should be water on the mountain, so that's fine. The rest you just load up. Headlamp, jacket, everything. Come out at night if something goes wrong.
So welcome to Tuesday Trails UTCT edition. It's pretty much the biggest day of Tuesday Trails this year.
I've been running Tuesday Trails for 8 years, and this is so cool to see the community come together before the big race.
Tuesday Trails! Woo! First time here for the UTCT. Excited. I'm super keen on the Tuesday Trails. There's some good runners here I'm very keen to meet.
Hi, I'm from Munich, and Tuesday Trail I already know for 2 years or so, and I'm very excited to run the first time today.
So I came to UTCT last year, but didn't get a chance to partake in Tuesday Trails, so I'm really excited to do it this year.
This is my second time participating in Tuesday Trails, and I think it's a really beautiful and fun community, so really excited to run again today.
You meet so many lovely people, it's so wonderful. It's a good study break, I love it. It's nice to have some mountains around you, so I'm from Berlin, so there's really flat. So it's nice to experience Cape Town this way.
Back here for another Tuesday Trails, but this time a little bit more of an international crowd. And it's race week here in Cape Town.
My first time doing Tuesday Trails, super stoked to be here. It's such a beautiful day.
Tuesday Trails, this is the place to be for sure. Looking forward to the weekend.
Tuesday Trails, my second or third time coming here. It's always a great time out here. Lions Head today, can't wait.
It's my first time doing the Tuesday Trail, so I'm very excited to meet the guys we're gonna be racing with on Sunday.
This is my first time to be here in Cape Town, and I will enjoy this.
I'm going to win, as you can see.
It's my first time here, and I'm definitely scared, but I'm here.
Didn't know about it till I rocked up here today because it wasn't planned, and it looks like fun.
I'm stoked. I was on the plane like 4 hours ago, and now I'm out here with 100 people I've never met. This is my first Tuesday Trails. I run with a run club in London.
Tuesday Trails and the UTCT, there's nothing like it anywhere else in the world.
A little bit jealous. I don't have that in Sweden.
Never seen so much people on one place, not in a race, only just for fun racing. If you are single, you have to do it, because afterwards you don't go home alone.
I have a very awesome day. Run.
It was quite nice, and a beautiful landscape and nice people. It was just amazing.
Amazing.
It was so
amazing.
Tuesday Trails is great. A lot of people, good vibes. It's amazing, my first time in Cape Town. Just unbelievable trails coming from the UK. Incredible, absolutely incredible.
Tuesday Trails is awesome. It's the highlight of the year on the Tuesday before the race. Definitely the best place to be.
Today was insane. I mean, look at it. Look at this. Look at all the people all gearing up for the weekend. It's insane. Brew Intergalactic. It's so good. This whole sum total of Tuesday Trails, why everybody attends. It's not because we have the most majestic mountain to run around. It's such a treat. Such a treat.